Imagine dedicating your entire life to caring for the world's most magnificent predators, only to come face to face with the deadly instincts of a creature you've loved and protected. Stacey Konwiser, a highly experienced zookeeper, was known as the Tiger Whisperer. She had a unique bond with tigers, but one tragic day at the Palm Beach Zoo, that bond was shattered in an unthinkable way. What went wrong in the Tiger Night House? Was it a tragic accident, or the inevitable risk of working with wild animals? Stay tuned as we unravel the heartbreaking story of Stacey Konwiser and her final moments with one of nature's fiercest predators. Welcome to Savage Tales, Animal Encounters, the channel where we dive into the wildest, most jaw-dropping stories of humans meeting the untamed world head-on. From astonishing escapes to tragic tales, we bring you the raw, unfiltered truth about what happens when people cross paths with nature's most dangerous creatures. Whether it's a daring encounter with a bear, a shark attack out at sea, or the unimaginable tragedy of a tiger keeper, we're here to explore the real-life drama of human and animal interactions like never before. Before we dive into today's incredible story, we need your help to keep this channel roaring. If you love stories about courage, survival, and the raw power of nature, make sure to like this video. It tells the platform that you want more content just like this. Drop a comment below and let us know your thoughts. Do you think working with predators like tigers is worth the risk, or is it too dangerous? Don't forget to share this video with friends who are as fascinated by the natural world as you are. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an episode of Savage Tales. Every interaction helps us bring you more thrilling stories from the wild. Now buckle up and prepare for a journey into the raw and untamed side of the animal kingdom. This is Savage Tales, Animal Encounters, because every encounter tells a story. Let's get into it. Stacey Konwiser was no ordinary zookeeper. She was a passionate wildlife conservationist with years of experience working with big cats. Known to her colleagues as the Tiger Whisperer, Stacey had an extraordinary ability to connect with the tigers under her care. Her expertise came not just from her academic background, a bachelor's in biology from Mount Holyoke College and a master's in conservation biology from the University of Queensland, but from her deep love and respect for the animals. She believed that working closely with these endangered creatures was a privilege, and her dedication to their well-being was unwavering. On that fateful Friday afternoon at the Palm Beach Zoo, Stacey was preparing for one of her favorite activities, the Tiger Talk, a special program where she would educate visitors about the critically endangered Malayan tiger. The event was designed to inspire awe and understanding about these majestic animals while shedding light on their precarious position in the wild, with fewer than 250 individuals remaining worldwide. Stacey took great pride in her role, knowing that her work contributed not just to the zoo's conservation efforts, but also to public awareness about the plight of these magnificent predators. The Malayan tiger she would be working with that day was a 13-year-old male, one of 4 housed at the zoo. This particular tiger, like all big cats in captivity, was accustomed to a highly controlled environment. The Tiger Night House, where the animals were fed, slept and cared for, was a secure area that zookeepers accessed daily for routine tasks. For Stacey, entering this space was part of her regular duties. She was experienced, methodical, and always adhered to safety protocols. Around 2 p.m., Stacey entered the Tiger Night House to perform her routine work. It was a quiet day at the zoo, and the tiger was off exhibit, away from the view of visitors. Inside the enclosure, she carefully prepared the space, checking the animal's food and ensuring everything was in place for her interaction with him. Her familiarity with the tiger and her confident demeanor were apparent, even to her colleagues. While the exact sequence of events remains unclear, one thing was certain. Stacey's presence in the tiger's territory introduced an element of unpredictability. Experts later noted that this area, where the tigers feel most comfortable, is where their territorial instincts are strongest. In the eyes of the tiger, the night house wasn't just an enclosure, it was his domain. Despite her deep bond with the tiger and years of experience, Stacey was walking into a situation where the line between safety and danger could shift in an instant. She moved with the care and focus of someone who understood the risks, but also believed in the importance of her work. The atmosphere was calm, the tiger watched her intently, and everything seemed routine. But in the world of big cats, even the smallest change in energy can ignite a primal response. What unfolded next was a chilling reminder of the raw, untamed power that lies just beneath the surface of these magnificent creatures. In the stillness of the Tiger Night House, the atmosphere shifted in an instant. Stacey Konwiser, immersed in her work and preparing for the Tiger Talk presentation, was suddenly confronted with the raw and unpredictable power of the tiger she had cared for so deeply. As she moved within the enclosure, a subtle change in the tiger's posture signaled a transformation. The calm focus in his eyes hardened into something more primal, a reflection of his territorial instincts awakened. Experts would later explain that this behavior was not unusual for big cats in confined spaces they perceive as their domain. For Stacey, who had navigated such moments before, there was no immediate sense of alarm. But in the world of apex predators, seconds are all it takes for calm to turn to chaos. Without warning, the tiger lunged. His massive frame, a symphony of muscle and power, closed the distance in a flash. For an animal capable of leaping 20 feet in a single bound, the attack was both swift and overwhelming. Despite her years of experience, Stacey had no time to react. The tiger's claws, razor-sharp and curved like scythes, raked through the air as he asserted his dominance. In the confined quarters of the night house, his every movement amplified his control over the space. As Stacey fell, the tiger's primal instincts took over. What had begun as a routine interaction had become a life-and-death struggle in the blink of an eye. The attack triggered an immediate response from nearby zoo staff. They rushed to secure the area, following strict emergency protocols designed for situations involving dangerous animals. Zoo officials worked quickly to isolate the tiger, ensuring he remained confined within the night house and could not pose a further threat. Meanwhile, West Palm Beach police and emergency medical responders were alerted. Armed with tranquilizer darts, staff and first responders coordinated their efforts to sedate the tiger so they could reach Stacey. Each moment felt like an eternity as they waited for the sedative to take effect, knowing the precarious balance they faced. Once the tiger was subdued, medical personnel entered the enclosure. Stacey was gravely injured, and her colleagues fought to stabilize her until she could be airlifted to St. Mary's Medical Center. The sight of the helicopter taking off was a somber one, as staff members and visitors alike grappled with the gravity of what had unfolded. Despite the best efforts of the medical team, Stacey succumbed to her injuries shortly after arriving at the hospital. The news sent shockwaves through the zoo community and beyond. Stacey was not just a beloved colleague, she was a beacon of dedication and passion for wildlife conservation. The Palm Beach Zoo closed its doors for the weekend, issuing an official statement that expressed their profound sorrow and support for Stacey's family. Grief counselors were made available to staff, many of whom were deeply affected by the loss of one of their own. Visitors, who had been enjoying the day just hours earlier, were left shaken by the realization of the inherent risks involved in working with such powerful animals. The tiger involved in the attack, a critically endangered Malayan tiger, was confined to his enclosure while the zoo and local authorities began a thorough investigation. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA, was called in to examine the incident, focusing on whether all safety protocols had been followed and if improvements could be made to prevent such tragedies in the future. For those who knew Stacey, her death was a heartbreaking reminder of the unpredictable nature of the work she loved so much. Her colleagues remembered her as a passionate advocate for wildlife conservation and a skilled caretaker who had an unparalleled bond with the animals under her care. In the days that followed, tributes poured in from around the world. Conservation groups, zookeeping organizations and animal lovers honored Stacey's legacy, emphasizing the importance of her work in raising awareness about the plight of Malayan tigers. The tragic event also reignited debates about the ethics of keeping large predators in captivity, with some advocating for stronger safety measures and others questioning the practice altogether. People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, PETA, issued a statement condemning the captivity of big cats, arguing that incidents like this were a stark reminder of the dangers posed by such environments. Stacey's death was a devastating loss, but her legacy continues to inspire. She dedicated her life to protecting and understanding some of the world's most endangered animals, and her story serves as both a tribute to her passion and a sobering reminder of the power and unpredictability of the natural world. Thank you so much for watching today's intense and moving story. Here at Savage Tales Animal Encounters, we're committed to sharing the most unforgettable moments where humanity and nature collide, stories that educate, inspire, and sometimes remind us of the risks involved in coexisting with wildlife. If you found this video engaging, please take a moment to hit that like button. It's a small click for you, but makes a huge difference for our channel, helping us reach more viewers who share a passion for understanding the wild world. We'd love to hear your thoughts on today's story. Drop a comment below and tell us what you think. What emotions did this story stir in you? Do you have questions or experiences you'd like to share? Let's keep the conversation going in the comments section. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. We've got more gripping animal encounters, survival stories, and powerful tales from the wild on the way. And don't forget to ring that notification bell so you'll always be the first to know when a new adventure drops. Finally, if you know someone who'd find this story as fascinating as you did, share this video with them. It's the best way to grow our community of wildlife enthusiasts and keep these stories alive. Once again, thank you for your support and for being part of this journey with us. Together, we can explore the incredible, sometimes dangerous, but always awe-inspiring world of animals. Until next time, remember, every encounter tells a story, and every story brings us closer to the wild. This is Savage Tales, Animal Encounters. Stay curious, stay bold, and stay wild.